Good morning, beloveds. We've got another week of triple digits. I got in my car to go home yesterday, and I park like literally at the other end of the parking lot because at the end of the night, for like the last hour, the car's in the shade. It was still 107, according to my car, when I got in the car. I was like, okay, at 6 o'clock at night. So, drink plenty of water. Please drink plenty of water. Okay. It is July 18th. Our title is Sowing and Reaping. Our author is Judith G. Weeks from Out of Troubled Waters from 1992. This is the Universal Foundation of Better Living, if you want to look into her. So, all right. Sowing and Reaping. The law is, as you sow, so shall you reap. However, there are many different kinds of sowing and therefore many different kinds of reaping. In tropical countries, when the weather is hot, the air is hot, very hot. The hot air rises and rises. As the hot air is ascending, it collects particles of dust and other things, which form clouds. When the clouds are full, they burst and fall as rain, thus returning to the earth whatever they had taken up in the first place. What does this mean for us? The quality of the vibrations we send out, love or hate, peace or war, faith or fear, prosperity or poverty, all accumulate, all rise, and all descend as experiences in our lives. When they have been stored up in our personal orbit, they come back in the forms of experience. Often we do not recognize that they are ours, and we wonder where these experiences came from. They are ours, or else they could not find us. Jesus Christ taught his followers, whatsoever a person sows, so that shall they reap. It is good for us to understand this truth as we consciously try to clean up our thoughts, words, and deeds. The payoff comes as wonderful experiences in this life. Prayer. By the grace of God, I now consciously release this is a prayer. Okay, I'm sorry. By the grace of God, I now consciously release from my mind those thoughts that are not of absolute good. Right now, I feel myself grateful to God for all the new happiness manifesting in my life. Thank God. Amen. All right. I think that's really interesting that she decided to use the cloud bursts. Because a whole lot of us don't have a lot of farm experience. I did, growing up, there was a period in my life where I did live on about 4 acres of land, and my dad did plant, little gardens, not big gardens. And then we had a neighbor up the street who had a little more land who did plant, rows of corns and things like that. And so I do understand the reaping and the sowing, and I understand the weeding. And that's one of the reasons why I use the weeding. But I think her example of the clouds picking up dust and particle, because that's one of those things about who you surround yourself with. I was in a discussion group the other day, and I mentioned contagion, because people are contagious. People's attitudes are contagious. And so that's one of those things. You want to be careful about who you spend a lot of time with. And if you find yourself in a work situation where you find yourself with somebody who's not all that positive, while you want to continue to be polite to them, but limit, your interactions with them. Like, I had a coworker who I knew that she was that misery loves company person. So if you said anything that might be considered, not so great, she'd leap on it, and that's what she'd want to talk about. And so I was always really careful what I said around her. And I would try, and I would limit the conversations. Like, if we got off onto one of those conversations, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not going to have this conversation with you. I would do it politely. And then I would, but I would steer the conversation away from, it's like, you got to talk about the hard things. You absolutely have to talk about the hard things, but not in that non-productive complaining way. So, and that's what I got out of that cloud metaphor. It's like, as we go through life, there's all these things that happen around us and we pick them up. And, it's one of the reasons that I quit watching the news, because, you know, the news has this, if it bleeds, it leads kind of mentality. And I'm like, I don't need all that negativity. I kind of know when the weather is, and I'll click in and watch the weather. But right now I'm not even doing that because the weather's just hot. So, you know, so it's like, I'm aware of my environment. I'm aware of the dust particles in my environment. And so I'm careful to keep, you know, you gotta dust once in a while. We said the woman who never dusts. Dusting is my least favorite chore of all of them. You know, but be aware of your attitude. Be aware of the attitude of the people around you. Surround yourself with people, not necessarily happy, you know, positive people. Because like I said, you got to talk about the hard stuff, but talk about people who are solution based, who are solution oriented, who are, you know, it's like they don't see problems, they see opportunities. And minimize your interaction with people who are not. And read positive and uplifting things, and, you know, so that when your clouds do burst, one, you know, you got people around you who will loan you an umbrella. And two, it's the kind of rain you can dance in. And that's what I'm hearing from her. It's like, what you reap is what you sow. So be aware of your thoughts. Be aware of the conversations that you have. Be aware of, you know, what you're putting up into your cloud. Which then we can now turn that into computers. It's like, if you flip through the pictures on my phone, what you're going to see are pictures of my cats, pictures of squirrels, pictures of birds, pictures of clouds, occasionally rainbows when I can catch them. And when I screenshot stuff that is uplifting and brightening. They're funny too, but, you know, I'm after the stuff that makes me feel good. So that's what I've got in my cloud. That's what you know, so if I get a cloud burst, it's the kind of rain that I can dance in. And I hope that is for you too. That's why I'm a big believer about weeding your garden. It's not that you're not going to have weeds pop up. It's not that you're not going to have dust in your life. The question becomes, you know, how much of it are you stirring up? You know, how much of the dust are you stirring up that's getting up into your cloud? How many of those weeds did you plant? Or, you know, how many of those weeds did you not get to as soon as you saw them? And then, you know, so when we're mindful, then we can take care of the dust before it gets too much. And we can pull those weeds up before they get deeply rooted. So, all right, Judith, I think that was an interesting metaphor. I liked it. I liked it a lot. All right. It's good for us to understand this truth as we consciously try to keep clean in our thoughts, words, and deeds. The payoff comes as wonderful experiences in this life. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is that to keep clean in our thoughts, words, and deeds. What we do, what we say, what we think, the people we surround ourselves with. Don't look for the people who are just positive. Look for the people who see opportunities. Look for the people who see solutions. We're all going to go through stuff. Let's surround ourselves with those people so that when the clouds burst, we got people who will hand us umbrellas, or, like I said, it's the kind of rain we can dance in. They're going to burst. Let's have those experiences, but have them with people who are going to dance with you. who are going to dance with you. All right. You got your mission today. Keep those thoughts, words, and deeds clean. Don't stir up that dust. Don't stir up that dust. The other mission is the same mission I give you every day, which is it's the spiritual practice of self-care. It is the practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself. Yes, it is a spiritual practice. Self-care is a spiritual practice. What I'm after is to help you create the habit where you have created a well-worn path to the source of your being, a well-worn path to the source of infinite love, infinite kindness, infinite compassion. You are your own best test subject. And it takes 21 days to create a habit. That's why I say it every day. And it can be one thing, or it can be 3 things, or, do you want to do something loving? Do you want to do something kind? Do you want to do something compassionate? Could it be all 3? Absolutely. Or can you do one of each? Or, not just, and my goal is, okay, start with one. And then as you get into the habit, more of the things that you do become loving, kind, and compassionate. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. And they're simple suggestions. To take a deep breath before you speak, to yourself and to others. We talk to ourselves a lot, especially in our own head. Make sure that the words that you're using are kind. We talked about dust. You know what? Clean this out too. It looks like taking a walk. It looks like taking a nap. It looks like taking a break. It looks like eating dessert first, which is my way of saying don't save the good stuff. Your life is a special occasion. Treat it as such. If you want to eat dessert first, eat dessert first. Wear the nice clothes. Use the good glassware and plate, dishware and silverware. Make room for joy. No matter what is going on in the world, you deserve joy. It is a quality of God, therefore it is a quality of you. Make room for joy in your life. When I say dessert first, that's what I'm talking about. So, practice on yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. So, you don't want an overfull cup, but you do want to make sure that there's plenty in there. So, yeah, take care of yourself. Spiritual practice of self-care. Do something loving, kind, and compassionate for yourself every day. Every day. Because you're creating a bank. You're creating a bank of love, kindness, and compassion. You're also plugged into the infinite source. So when you meet people who need a little extra, you've got plenty to share. And on days when you need a little extra, you got something to draw on. All right? Okay. All right. So that is that. The rest of the suggestions, again, they're self-care suggestions. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like. While it is hot, because it has not gotten below 80 degrees in probably a month, we've been biking. I look forward to when I go back to walking, but right now it's hot. So biking it is. I do encourage you to drink plenty of water. Yeah, it's in the triple digits. Hydration is super important. Your brain and body work better when it is well hydrated. So please drink plenty of water. I do encourage you also to get early in your day bright light. There were a fair amount of clouds on the horizon today, so I didn't wear my sunglasses a whole lot, but so I got that, but I did get some sunshine. And I'm talking like between 7 and 9, and I'm talking 5 to 10 minutes. If you get up before the sun, artificial light will help. I'm talking about a circadian rhythm. It is a hormone cycle, a natural hormone cycle that will help you to have more energy during the day, and you will sleep better at night. So get that early in your day bright light. Okay. And like I said, not much. I'm talking 5-10 minutes. So, leaping forward into the quote, my Ernest Holmes quote, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. This is my way of reminding you that heaven is a mindset. It is a state of consciousness, just like hell. You can live in hell. She's talking about reaping and sowing, and she's talking about stuff rising and bursting. Well, we can create hell on earth, just with what we are, with the dust we're stirring up. If we stir up dust too much, then it rains a lot. And sometimes that's a good thing. You know, the plants need the water. Sometimes we've had enough. So, it's a mindset. Once you learn to create it for yourself, nobody can take it away from you. And that's the God's honest truth. That heavenly mindset, only you can do it for yourself. When you're around people in that heavenly mindset, it's easier to get there, but they can't do it for you. You got to learn to do it yourself. So open the windows of your soul. I will give you the God's honest truth. One of the easiest ways to open the windows of your soul, music. Music that gives you goosebumps. That's a way to do it. All right. And there are hundreds of other suggestions. There's all kinds of channels all over YouTube. Look out for it. Look out for it. I got a friend who does singing bowls. Yeah, that's an experience. You should try that. Sound baths. Okay. So, and you can always take him as advice. Look for the good and praise it. Gratitude will get you everywhere. Trust me. Trust me on that one. All right, beloveds. Yep, there we are. So I guess I'm at the social media. Here's where I remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. So just so that you know, there was something else I was going to say. I don't remember what it was. So leap forward into email. You want to know what's going on with the center? Email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact, and the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information you want, or to the person that can help you get it. Okay. Deep breath. My sinuses are like, but I don't want to. Okay. You know what? That's okay. Where I get to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, a sowing day, a reaping day, a consistent day, a consciousness day, a cleaning out our thoughts day, a watching the dust day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right. Know the truth of your being. Know the truth of your being. Explore the truth of your being. That's part of what this is for me. It's exploring the truth of my being. What resonates with me? Well, you know what? Today, Judith Weeks resonates with me. And I'm going to go dance in the rain. Although we may not get any rain for another week. But you know what? That's okay. You know what I mean. Metaphorical. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.